What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Something I've been enjoying doing that I've been getting good feedback from you guys about, that y'all seem to enjoy watching, is me ranking all of the fragrances that I own from specific houses from worst to best, or what's technically my least favorite to favorite. Because here's another example of these 24 Ralph Lauren fragrances I have. There's no bad fragrances here. What's at number 4 is just, a weak performer that's very linear and basic. Still smells really good. So again, this is just my opinion, the way I rank and order my own collection of what I own. So strap in, get ready, and let's talk about it. Stay tuned. Coming in at number 24, what would be considered the worst technically. It's like a 2 to 3 hour fragrance. It's basic, it's fresh, it's some lime citrus, a little bit of woods. Big Pony number 1. It's a solid fragrance. It's just nothing special. I've worn it a handful or so of times. I picked it up for like 30 bucks or 20 bucks at Nordstrom Rack when I lived in Colorado. It does smell really nice. This is a great gym bag fragrance. This is a great out the shower refresher. This is not something I would want to go attack the day with because longevity's just not there. That seems to be pretty much everyone's experience with this one. All of them are really good. I forgot which one my wife has. Is the pink bottle. She actually has two bottles of it. It's a beautiful berry-based fragrance. It smells great. She gets about 3 or 4 hours out of that one. But this, maybe 2 hours, 3 hours at best, and I think that's really pushing it. But it smells really nice. If you're looking for a really good gym bag fragrance, you can find these super cheap on the internet. I don't know if it's in stock in the link down below or not. I haven't done links and all that stuff in the description, but if you want to check any of these out, I'll try to have them linked down below in the description. But number 24, Big Pony number 1. Next is one that I don't think gets a fair shake, even though I'm ranking it at 23. It's still a solid fragrance. It just doesn't smell all that much like what it's flankered from. We're talking about Polo Sport Fresh. Very clean, fresh, soapy, musky iris, soft and powdery. It's a nice fragrance. It's not a special fragrance, but it is a nice fragrance. In fact, 3 sprays. We're going to rock this one to the gym. So that smells really good. 4.2 ounce like this, you can find at rack stores. It pops up at Ross Dress for less, for 30 bucks. You can get it in the $30 to $40 range from discounters online. It's easy to find. It's cheap. It's a solid fragrance. It's like 3 or 4 hours in longevity, maybe 5. Let's call it 3 to 5 hour range. It's green. It's fresh. It's a soft, powdery, soapy floral. It's clean and musky. It's not special, but it is nice, clean fragrance that's inoffensive. Really good for an office setting. You'll just probably have to refresh unless you have just phenomenal skin chemistry to this one. But it's a solid fragrance. It's not a bad fragrance. If you see it out there and you're interested, I won't steer you away from grabbing it because it is nice. Is it one of the best designer irises I've smelled? No. But it's solid. It's Polo Sport Fresh. Now we're starting to get to the point to where we're going to start breaking hearts and people getting upset because maybe this is their favorite or one of their favorites, and I can't believe you would rank it so low. Again, it's my opinion. Don't get all upset over how I feel about my own collection. If this might be your number 1, it's definitely not mine though. Polo Red Parfum. It's decent. It's not bad. I like how all of these smell, all 24. This is a lot of absinthe, a little bit of iris. You get some fruity sweetness. But I don't find it smells a ton like Polo Red. Like in the opening, I get Polo Red, but as it dries, it's more absinthe, soft, powdery, a little woodsy. It's solid. I don't think it's special. I think they could have did better because the intense was far superior. The extreme seems to be like the consensus greatest of all time for a lot of people, which I don't have. I missed out on an opportunity to grab it at Fragrance Buy recently. They had it in stock and I missed it. I will get it eventually. I just don't want to pay some ridiculous price. But Polo Red Parfum, not a bad fragrance. I wouldn't recommend buying it at full retail, but if you can get it for a good price discounted, get out and smell it at a department store, see if you like it. A lot of people do. I like it, just, not more than many others in the collection. Polo Red Parfum. Now this one can be had pretty cheap from most places. This is the original in the line. It's funny that we just got a release on the Eau de Toilette. They started with EDP, they went to Parfum, they went to Elixir, and now they're doing EDT. It's funny how that worked out with Ralph's Club. This is a solid fragrance. This is one of the best everyday all-around picks out of all 24 that I have. It's basic, woody aromatic, lavender, sage, vetiver, woods. I think it's Atlas cedar or something like that. It's nice. Very much a blue fragrance, woody aromatic. It's not too soapy. It's solid. It's nice. It's well-rounded. It'll get some compliments. It goes with everything. It lacks a little bit of depth and serious character, and it's still not a super playful fragrance at the same time. It just kind of falls in the middle of everything, basically. Average performance, kind of average smell, not reinventing the wheel here, but works. Smells good. I do recommend this one. This is definitely one that pretty much everybody can enjoy in their collection. I don't have anything bad to say about it. It's just not a special fragrance. It's the original Ralph's Club, the Eau de Parfum. Now this one's ranked where it is just because I got it last year and I've only spent a small amount of time with it. This fall and winter I plan to get it back in my rotation more. This is Polo Oud in the Polo Green line. This is a nice fragrance. I think after spending a little time with it, it could climb the rankings for sure. Because it's a sweeter type of oud smell. It's not super piney green like you would think. I mean, there's some green facets to it. It's aromatic. It's very woodsy based around a synthetic oud note. But it has a little bit of sweetness. It's an approachable, highly wearable type of, designer oud. Synthetic stuff. Nothing natural, fecal, and funky or crazy barnyard type of, skanky oud where it's just, when you smell it, it's nothing like that. Very approachable. It's a good spot to start if you just want to kind of dip your toe in the water on the more wearable, easy to enjoy kind of stuff to see if you may be interested in exploring oud. Because again, when you start getting into the expensive luxury fragrances with oud, it's a different ball game. They're a bit different. Stuff like this, easy to wear. A designer brand that, sells to the masses and markets to the masses. They're not getting crazy. They want stuff that's appealing to the masses for sure. And for an oud, this definitely is that. It's Polo Oud. Just recently picked this up with one of Fragrance Buy's sales. I have a large 10 ml decan of an old batch. Finally got around to getting a bottle. The original Polo Red. This is a solid fragrance. I've yet to get it in my rotation since I picked the bottle up. It is better for the fall because it is sweet and powdery. It's not a heavy fragrance. I think I could really wear it in this summer humidity if I really wanted to, but why force it? It is lovely. Youthful fragrance, great young man scent. Has the, sweet but not sickeningly sweet, nice fruity tone. Like I said, a little bit of powder. Nothing that's going to come across old man or anything like that to the young fellas. Highly complimented stuff. That's why this is what spawned an entire line of like close to a dozen fragrances with the Polo Red moniker at this point. It's good stuff. I mean, I like it more than the Parfum. It's ranked a few spots above the Parfum. It's definitely worth checking out. You can get it for a really good price online, too. The original Polo Red, EDT. One of the most inappropriately named fragrances of all time. It's fresh, it's green, it's like a modern reimagining of a timeless classic. It's Polo Cologne Intense Eau de Parfum. It is much fresher and does not perform as well as the original Polo, also known as Polo Green. It's not as uber masculine. This has a little bit of ambroxan, some fresh greens, some citruses. It's enjoyable. It's a very nice fragrance. I bought this the day it launched, I think from Ulta's website years ago. I mean, you can get it cheap now, and I knew eventually if I would have waited, I could have got it cheap, but I didn't want to wait. This is quintessential springtime for me. I do quite enjoy this one. I love the color scheme as well. That emerald green with the gunmetal type of color. I do like the way it looks. But I do enjoy the way it smells. And it's like a 6-hour fragrance on my skin. Nothing super weak like some people say they get, but not what you would expect with something called Intense Eau de Parfum. Intense? No. Eau de Parfum? Laughable. I mean, barely as far as the way it performs, but it's fresh, it's green, it's citrus. It's very much, if Polo Green was a brand new fragrance, this was the first one in the line, would probably be this with the way the modern fragrances are. It's nice, it's just not super special. Polo Cologne Intense EDP. A forgotten 2000s classic that apparently is still in production because I got a new version in the newer bottles. Polo Black. Yeah, it's in the new bottles. I got this not that long ago. I didn't pay much, 40-something bucks. Mango. Now, obviously Polo Double Black's ranked higher because it's a deeper fragrance, coffee, extra patchouli, stuff like that. But man, this is still beautiful. Nice musky tone to it, a little hint of spice, but it's mainly this mango note that you get at the top. Nothing special here in performance, like a 4-hour fragrance. But it's a moment in time. It definitely reminds me of the early 2000s. It is a really good fragrance. I'm impressed to see that it's still in circulation and in production these days, because I don't think Polo Double Black is. I have the older style bottle, which I do like the older style bottle more, but nothing crazy special here. It's more of a nostalgia pick here. That's why it's ranked almost middle of the pack and ranked above others. I do like the way it smells. I do wish they would make a new Polo Black flanker. Let's get a third Polo Black in the line. Why not? There's people my age that would love to see, some of you watching right now would love to see a new Polo Black Parfum, a Polo Black Elixir, Polo Black Intense, whatever. You can't tell me you wouldn't mind seeing what they come up with. Even if you don't buy a bottle, you'd sure like to try it, right? Me too. So here we are with Polo Black. Minty green, fresh. The sport version of the line. It's Polo Blue Sport. So always had that kind of preppy look to it with this white bottle with the stripes. I like this fragrance. I always have. I don't know if it's still in production. I've had coworkers over the years where this was their signature scent. Been a while since I sprayed it. It's lost prime. Because I don't wear it. I just kind of have it. It's not, I do appreciate it. It's again, some of these Polo Blues are moment in time for me. Some are ranked really high because I really enjoy them. But some are just nostalgia picks for me. That's what, because I love Ralph Lauren Polo. For those of you that didn't know. The clothing line and the fragrances. So a lot of them are nostalgia picks for me from my childhood and young adulthood. It is very nice. It's a little watery, minty fresh. It's that synthetic, almost toothpaste-like mint. So do understand it's not a natural mint. Has some green feel to it, some woods and musk. A little bit of that Polo Blue tie-in, but doesn't have the aquatic tone to it, I find. Great everyday wear, though, if you like minty fragrances. And this is one of the best ever as far as designer mints. At least that's how I feel. This one always got decent performance on me. I always got around 6 or 7 hours. In the past, when I used to have a bottle, this is a rebuy for nostalgia's sake, basically. I haven't worn it in a long time. Wouldn't be, it lost prime. It's been so long since I wore it. So probably wouldn't be a bad idea for me to get it in rotation, right? Polo Blue Sport. Now this one's so inherently fresh that it's outdoor adventures in the heat. I actually haven't pulled this one out this summer. It would do well in the current humidity because it's been hot, but this is Polo Ultra Blue. Very seldom do I reach for this one. This one's got mineral notes. It's got this kind of wet concrete meets citron meets Polo Blue type of thing going on. It does smell good, I gotta say. And the bottle's just so cool. The way it's designed. It doesn't have that chrome painting going around it or the gold painting of other ones in the line. I just like the tone to the color scheme of the blue. It's got this fresh aquatic type of look to it. It does smell really good, I gotta say. Not want to reach for all that much, though. I kind of forget that I have it sometimes. Shame on me. I should definitely have this one in rotation. In fact, I think I'm going to wear this one this week. I need to put it on my desk after this video. It's a great week to wear this one, now that we're talking about it. So, again, citron heavy, bright, juicy citrus, some mineral notes that don't give it a metallic feel. It gives kind of, like I said, more of this wet concrete type of smell to it. Sounds off-putting, but it's just a little hint of it. It actually gives it some depth for what it is, because it's a very, very fresh fragrance. This stuff will sit close to the skin if you're not outdoors heating up. This is an outdoor adventures kind of fragrance. Is how I've always viewed it. It's good stuff. Not super special, but it is good stuff. It's Polo Ultra Blue. Now, some people, this is their all-time favorite because it's the fragrance they grew up with, and I get it. For me, it was more about Polo Green. I did have a bottle of this when I was younger, not when it was super, super, super popular in the 90s. Early 2000s was when I had a bottle, but Ralph Lauren Polo Sport. And immediately people that are fans of it, oh, it's a shell of what it used to be. It's so watered down, blah, blah, blah. Shame on them. It still smells good. It's still a decent performer, and it's cheap. I still get like 7 hours out of this fragrance. The spicy green, fresh citrus, very much rocking a polo shirt, collared polo shirt type of feel to this one. Semi-casual kind of thing. Works well with a t-shirt as well. This is like quintessential Polo. This is the fragrance a lot of people think of when they think Ralph Lauren Polo. I totally get it. I would encourage these pop up at rack stores, Nordstrom racks, Ross Dress for Less. You can find them all over the internet, cheap. Man, just grab it. Read the note breakdown, see if it interests you if you've never tried it. It's very much a 90s style fragrance. It does have that moment in time type of appeal to it with the profile. Spicy greens, citrus, and woods. Not a real heavy aquatic fragrance, but a lot of spicy greens here, but still manages to be pretty fresh overall. Kind of a timeless classic, Ralph Lauren Polo Sport. Right in the middle of the pack, brand new release. Some people really dig it. I think it's basic but really good. Pineapple fruitiness. I believe there's a little bit of violet leaf giving it this freshness. But there's actually an earthy vetiver here that gives it some depth and some character. It's Ralph Lauren's Polo 67. This is kind of quintessential modern Polo. I think this is a great representative of the brand. I don't think you could smell this and not think Ralph Lauren Polo. And it's such a Polo type of labeling, it just doesn't it look like their hoodies, some of their hoodies with that script and insignia and everything. It's a solid fragrance. It really is. It grew on me a lot from the first time I smelled it. I've recommended it many times because if you're looking for a do-it-all, it's a great do-it-all. It is really good in every situation. It's really great in no situation. I don't think it's perfect for anything, but I think it's really good for pretty much everything. Does that make sense? It doesn't have an ideal setting or an ideal situation or an ideal attire. It goes pretty good with just about everything. No matter the season, no matter the wardrobe, no matter the setting, indoors, outdoors, doesn't matter. This is going to work. You might pull a compliment or two. You might have some decent confidence going because you're going to smell good. If you smell this, you own this, you smell good. And others are going to think so when they smell you as well. Above average performance here. I get in that 6 to 8 hour range, surprisingly, with longevity. Not a real loud fragrance, though. Sits closer to the skin after about an hour and a half. But it is a really good release from them this year. Polo 67. In at number 12, if Dior Sauvage and Polo Blue had a baby, it'd be Polo Deep Blue Parfum. So this smells like the Ambroxan shower gel essence of Dior Sauvage with the cucumber, watery, aquatic side of Polo Blue with some fresh green cypress thrown in the middle. Modern blue. Compliment machine. Synthetic fragrance, though. More synthetic than most on this list. Oh, but it smells good. A little bit of mango in here as well. It's got that green mango note. They use that in several of their lines. They love using that green mango, and it smells really good. It does. It's a good fragrance. 8 hour fragrance, easy on my skin as well. This falls in the 8 to 10 hour range. I'm sure the Ambroxan's really helping that out. But this is some good stuff. This is one I would highly recommend. You can find this one all over the internet as well. This got really popular when it came out beginning of 2020. This had some hype for a little while. It is a good fragrance. I would definitely suggest checking it out. It's right in the middle of the pack because I got some nostalgia picks above it. But if I pulled the nostalgia picks out, it would definitely be ranked a bit higher. So Ralph Lauren's Polo Deep Blue Parfum. Now this I won't have a link to. It's discontinued. It's absurd what it costs on eBay. I'm not even going to advise you go do. It's not worth it. This is not worth it. The only reason I have it is, and I'll leave them nameless, knew I was missing it from the originals of the Polo Blue line, not the special edition bottles that are just Polo Blue with the bear on the label and stuff like that. Those are just Polo Blue. Whereas this is a little bit different. This was the one I was missing to do the Polo Blue line review video a while back, and he sent it to me. It's Polo Red, White, and Blue. So what's different about this from regular Polo Blue? So it's got a red apple note. The fruitiness is different here. It's a fruitier fragrance. It's basically Polo Blue plus red apple. It smells like that cucumber, green, watery, aquatic smell plus red apple. Bright, juicy red apple in the top. It does smell really good. It's like a 4 hour fragrance. It performs about the same as Polo Blue EDT. But this is $200+ on eBay. So not worth it. Do not go buy this unless you're trying to complete the line. I get it if you're trying to complete it. But even when I was looking to complete the line, I wasn't willing to do it. I wasn't willing to do it. So I like how they got the explanation on the back. New expression of Polo Blue. Pure, exhilarating, invigorating. A crisp tonic. It is crisp because of that red apple. It's fruity sweet, but it's not a warm red apple. It does have this crispness, like biting into an apple. Normally the green apple notes do that, but this red apple just shines. It does smell really good. Like I said, Do not go buy this one. I mean, you're an adult, do whatever you want, but I wouldn't recommend it. It's way overpriced on eBay. Been discontinued for many, many years, but blessed to have it. Polo red, white, and blue. And with that, this is the second most nostalgic fragrance in this list. Moment in time. Who doesn't like Polo blue? This was Dior Sauvage long before Dior Sauvage. You know how Dior Sauvage is called the fuckboy fragrance? This had that moniker way before that. Everybody was wearing Polo blue. Now, it's like a 3 or 4 hour fragrance. It's loud for an hour and then it calms down. Timeless, timeless profile. We're going to give a little spritz on the hand. I can't talk about it and not smell it. It's too good not to. It is an all-time great. I don't care what anybody says. God, that's such a good profile. Cucumber. Cucumber. Who knew, right? Until this came along. Who knew that could be a beautiful top note? Watery, cucumber, a little melon, a little bit of melon, aquatic, a hint of green, uber fresh, super attractive, high compliment factor, while it's able to be smelled easily. It fades pretty quick. Oh, but the profile is so good. It's a nostalgia play. I have it just to have it. I rarely touch the bottle. Had to dust it off for this video. I'm surprised it didn't lose prime like Polo Blue Sport did. But man, I'll always have a place in my heart for this one. Hence why it's ranked pretty high on the list. The original Polo Blue Eau de Toilette. Now this one came out last year and I just don't have enough occasions to wear it because this is a dressier fragrance. They did a great job here. Ralph's Club Elixir. The forgotten elixir of all this elixir trend. So it smells like a natural iris. It's a little on the earthy side. It's not super waxy and lipstick makeup smelling. Woodsy, resinous, a little smoky, aromatic. Really builds upon Ralph's Club. This is going out to an event. This is evenings. This isn't just a casual date night. This is a really nice fragrance. This is something dressed to impress. You know, I wouldn't want to rock this with a t-shirt. Performs really well. 8 to 10 hours in longevity on my skin. It's not crazy loud. I think it's just right for the profile. This does not get the kind of love it deserves. This is a great iris fragrance. It's just such a dressy occasion fragrance. My life is very casual for the most part. Even my dinner dates aren't, you know, semi-formal like this when it's just me and the wife. So it's still ranked pretty high though. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This is number 9 out of 24 because I sure do respect it and I would encourage you trying it. If you have more situations to wear something like this and you like iris, it's actually really good. It's Ralph's Club Elixir. At number 8, it's time for another nostalgia play. Polo Double Black. Yes. Far superior to Polo Black. It's many spots ahead of it. This is like a 3 to 4 hour fragrance as well. Oh, but everything about Polo Black, the mango and all that, but a coffee note, an enhanced musk, and patchouli. It smells like 2005. Every time I smell it, I think 2005. I don't know why. I really don't know why. Because I think, you know, Mixtape Wayne. That was when Mixtape Wayne was like peak. That was, I think was that around Carter 3 time? I think it was. And that's when Wayne's mixtape game was off the chart. Any hip-hop fans, you know what the hell I'm talking about. This fragrance makes me think of mixtape Lil Wayne. God, so good. Him and this. Moment in time. Very dated. Very, very dated. I literally think of a specific, like, 05 to 08 time frame. That's when I was wearing this. That's when this was peak popularity in South Louisiana where I was at. And, you know, nostalgia play here. I never wear it. I have it just to have it because it reminds me of these things. Pull the cap and sniff it once in a while. But yeah, that's where I'm at with it. Polo Double Black. Now this I think is the best of the 3. I don't have the Eau de Toilette yet, the new release. I will get it at some point. But Ralph's Club Parfum is the one to beat for the Eau de Toilette. It's the most well-rounded. I think it's the best of the 3 that I have. Again, I don't have the new Eau de Toilette yet. I haven't smelled it. It has that woody aromatic DNA, but add a little bit of this smoky resinous feel to it, darken things up just a little bit. Make it a little deeper, basically. It's longer lasting. I get about 8 hours out of it, but it's not loud at all. It is not a loud fragrance. After about 45 minutes, it sits close to the skin. It's really loud at first. Then it sits a lot close to the skin pretty rapidly. Like it's quicker than most that the projection calms down, and it's a mild scent trail, moderate to mild scent trail. But it's just right for somebody in an office setting that doesn't want too much run-of-the-mill Bleu de Chanel's and stuff like that, but wants something mass appealing nonetheless. A nice, highly complimented designer that's a little different. Just a little bit of difference in character. I think that's where this one shines. Ralph's Club Parfum. At number 6, Cranberry and Coffee, anyone? Polo Red Intense. A lot of people would argue one of two things. It's either the second best Polo Red they've ever put out or the best. It depends on how you feel about the Extreme. Because the Extreme's a very similar profile. It's got a rich coffee. From what I understand, I've never smelled the Extreme. One of these days I'll get it. So good though. High compliment factor. 8 to 10 hours in longevity. 2 hours of really good projection. This stuff performs. This used to be in rack stores. I got this at a Marshall's in Texas when I lived in Texas. The 75 ml. It stood the test of time. I haven't worn it in a while. I need to put this in the rotation this fall. This is so good. Every time I want Polo Red, though, I have a habit of going with Polo Red EDP because it's my favorite one. Hence, spoiler, it's ranked ahead of this. 2 more spots. It's in the top 5. It's actually number 4. This is a beautiful fragrance. It really is. It's not challenging in any way, shape, or form. I say cranberry and coffee, and that I would think that sounds interesting to some because it's always sounded interesting to me. And when you smell it in practice, it's actually really freaking attractive. It smells amazing. It's a highly addictive fragrance to sniff on. Polo Red Intense. Now, even though it's not the highest ranked Polo Blue on this list, I think it's the best smelling. Smell category only, I think it's the best smelling Polo Blue ever. The others, you'll see when we get to them, it's the top 2. Spoiler alert. You can figure it out by process of elimination. But Polo Blue Eau de Parfum, I love the way this one smells. I always have. Even Dossier's version, the old woody, fresh woody number 4, back before they started naming their fragrances differently, they had a clone of this. It performs a little bit better than this. That's why I wore it more. I put a huge dent in that bottle. Bigger than the dent in this one. But this smells so good. It's a little powdery. It's greener than the EDT, but still has that cucumber melon smell. The notes are a little bit different, but oh man, this elevated the profile. It is a richer scent as well, but it doesn't perform much better. I get about 5 hours out of this, 5, maybe 6 hours if I'm lucky. In longevity, about an hour projection. So it does perform better than the EDT, but not much better. But it smells superior, man. This is so good. Like I said, when it comes to the Polo Blue line, this is, to me, the best smelling one of the bunch. It's the truest to the original, but it's enhanced. I just love the way this one smells. Polo Blue Eau de Parfum. Speaking of Eau de Parfums, Polo Red Eau de Parfum. What I deem the best... the best Polo Red, to me. You may not agree. You may think Polo Red Parfum and been so upset that that was ranked at 22. I don't know. But this is just how I feel. Citrus, ginger, you lose the coffee. It's just very well-rounded, 8-hour fragrance. Highly complimented. This is my wife's favorite of the bunch, by the way. I've gotten many other compliments outside of my wife with this one over the years. I was excited to get this one. I got a decent little dent in it. I was excited to get this one when it first came out because I only had the Intense at the time. And to me, I don't want to say this blew it out the water, but the wearability is so much higher. You can get away with this one in the summer if you really wanted to. It is pretty rich for what it is, but not so thick and rich that you can't get away with it in humidity, but it is supreme. Supreme for the fall. This is such a great daytime fall wear. I love the way this fragrance smells. If there's one Polo Red I could recommend every day to you, it would be Polo Red Eau de Parfum. At number 3, in my opinion, the most iconic Polo fragrance of all time. Polo. Dubbed Polo Green, but it's called Ralph Lauren Polo. Its name is Ralph Lauren Polo. It's been nicknamed Polo Green over the years, and now a lot of websites, discounters and stuff will list it as Polo Green. It's actually just Polo. That's what it was called for many years. It's money. Green and gold. Dollar bills and gold bricks and gold jewelry and just money. As a kid, this was money. I had a 40 ml I used to wear to school dances when I was a kid. We had school dances every Friday before junior high. In elementary school, we had the school dances too. So I don't miss me with that old man crap. I was wearing this stuff as a kid. And we're not talking the 80s either. It was the 90s. Not much different, right? But still, 90s was very different from the 80s. And I think this came out late 70s, actually. 78, 76, something like that. So, pine green, aromatic, bright, leafy tobacco, woods, musk. And look, it's the modern style, clicks and everything. It's not the old bottles. It's a 4 ounce. I got it a few years ago. It's not as monstrous as it used to be, but this is still a beast on my skin. I still love having this one. I still like pulling it out once in a while, mainly in the wintertime, colder weather, which, I don't get a ton of over here. But, another nostalgia pick here for me that I believe to be the greatest Ralph Lauren Polo fragrance of all time because it's the one that started the game. This one's what started the game for them, and I think it holds strong here today. I think if more people gave it a chance, newer generations anyways, I think it could get a little bit of love, but most of them look at it as a grandpa fragrance, and this hurts my heart to hear stuff like that. I love it, though. Ralph Lauren Polo. Now then, most people's argument. What's the best? Polo Gold Blend, Polo Blue Gold Blend, or Polo Blue Parfum? A lot of people will still say Polo Blue Gold Blend. It's my number 2. This is the most interesting Polo Blue. Incense, resins, it's a darker take on the fragrance. It is special, 8+ hours in longevity. Still has that cucumber, melon, aquatic DNA. They hold true in a lot of these flankers. I got to give it to Ralph Lauren when it comes to these Polo Blue fragrances. So good. I got to say, so good. True to the DNA, but still has its differences. It's not exactly the same fragrance, but it's rich, it's resinous. It manages to blend warm and dark with fresh and bright. They pull it off, and it's got a really good performance to it. Polo Blue Gold Blend. And for me, the king of the mountain, Polo Blue Parfum. So interesting that this, I say Polo Blue Eau de Parfum is the best smelling of them to me. Well, how is that not number 1? Well, I think from start to finish in every category, this is the best Polo fragrance. This is the best Ralph Lauren fragrance. It's of my 24 Ralph Lauren fragrances, not just Polo Blue. It's number 1. This is a rare blue fragrance that I think goes well with a suit and tie. It stays true. It smells like a true evolution from eau de toilette to eau de parfum to parfum. I think this is the most well executed they could have done for a Polo Blue Parfum. It's very different from Polo Deep Blue Parfum. They are not the same. This has more of a dark, smoky, resinous, woodsy feel to it, still with that cucumber, melon, aquatic smell. Very green. It truly smells like an evolution from this to this and landing here. I feel like they executed perfectly, where there's subtle changes to elevate and evolve the profile without getting away from the core DNA and most of the supporting notes, not just the core DNA. Most of the supporting notes are still found here in this formula. At least you smell them, even if the listing of the note tree is not the same. This is a beautiful fragrance. It's long-lasting but not loud. It's consistent. It radiates off the skin, kind of how Bleu de Chanel Parfum performs on me. But instead of being based around heavy woods, this is still based around an aquatic DNA. It's just the most refined of aquatic DNAs. So well executed, I can't recommend it enough. My favorite Ralph Lauren fragrance, Polo Blue Parfum. Well, long video because we had 24 fragrances. And I appreciate you sticking with me the whole way through. And until next time, do me a real quick favor. Go ahead and like, comment, subscribe, because I do appreciate all the feedback. Love hearing from you guys. What do you have in this video? What's in your collection? What would you like to check out? Again, I'll try to have links to most of it down below. Polo Red, White, and Blue. I ain't doing that to you. They're crazy. I don't recommend you buy that. Go on eBay if you really want to. And you can see the prices for yourself. But I appreciate you guys for watching. I'll catch you on the next one. Y'all have a good one.